views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here at Real TV, where we bring reality to you. And of course, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, get your pen, get your notebook, Real TV, so you could take notes and important numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Nathaniel Reed. On behalf of the team, we'd like to wish each and every one of you a beautiful, blessed, productive and great day today. It's the middle of the work week. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, my friends. Wednesday, the 29th of July, 2026. Let me gently remind you, it is a day and time we'll never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. So don't waste your time. Don't procrastinate. Do something productive and constructive with your time, all right? And of course, if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. Before I go to the quote of the day, I would like to share some important information with our viewers, especially the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, about a wonderful initiative that the TTPS North Central Division, they're putting on. Can I get the flyer, please, so that our viewers can see? Now, this is the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service North Central Division Hand-in-Hand Initiative, TT. And it's giving children, returning, that they get their books and they get the help that they need. So it's Threads of Hope, Pages of Promise, Clothing and Book Drive. And it's happening on Friday, the 31st of July, that's this Friday, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's happening at the Tunapuna Police Station, Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. All are welcome. I want to remind you that this event is free, absolutely free for the public. And, I'm really proud of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service North Central Division. This is a brilliant initiative, hand in hand, giving back, helping, all right? So it's important that they're giving clothes, restoring dignity and building hope. So check them out. It is this Friday, 31st July, 10 to 2. And of course, it's happening at the Tunapuna Police Station, Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. And for further details, you can call 703-8252. So remember, it's happening this Friday and all are welcome. Thank you for that, Nathaniel. Can we please go to our quote for today? And our quote for today is coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab in the Expo. And strength and healing come from the courage to face your battles head on. Right, I like this. Because there are battles that some of us are facing. We are in the middle of a storm. Challenges that we did not expect. Situations in life that happen without warning. So you see, that strength and healing, it comes from the courage that you have to find to face your battles head on. You cannot give up. You have to say, today is the day I'm not allowing anything to steal my peace. I'm not allowing anything to steal my joy. I am going to move on with full force, with the faith and love for God. Thank you, Nathaniel. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab in the Expo.
Makoya, discover the all-new India in Style Expo, the exciting new chapter following Incredible India Expo. Open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. opposite the Center of Excellence. Shop beautiful bridal and temple wear, jewelry, footwear, home furnishings, decor, puja items and much more. Try some of the delicious items at Zaika Restaurant and enjoy refreshing drinks from AK Juice Center. India in Style Expo, a complete Indian shopping and lifestyle experience.
Fab India Expo in Chaguanas is open every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fresh containers have arrived with brand new stocks. Exciting new merchants have joined us, bringing a huge variety of products at unbeatable bargains. Indulge in spa services, soothing chumpy massages, and taste authentic Indian cuisine. Fab India Expo, endless variety, endless value.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, or those of you on Tegu, the app, those of you in Canada on the Caribbean Showtime television, and the 3.2 million and growing viewers, thank you for choosing us. You are the guys that made it possible. So we always bring great information. Knowledge is power, as I always say to you, all right? So like it and share it, yes? I ask humbly of you to like and share, because knowledge is power. Today I am in conversation. When you talk about a powerful lady, I'm speaking of no other than Zakia Uzoma Wadada, and she is the executive chairwoman of the ESCTT. Good morning and a warm welcome.
Good morning, Zelisa. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning, and good morning to all your listeners.
Same here. We are very blessed and very privileged to have you with us, so you can continue to inform and educate us. As I say, knowledge is important, it's power, because it gives us the opportunity to be aware of certain things, and thus we think differently and we act differently and we make better choices.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So today we are going to be talking about beyond symbolism, from emancipation village to economic power. And you know, the flavor of the season is emancipation. We know the village is happening. It's the buzz, everybody's going. I think every family should visit. It's going to be an experience of a lifetime, a learning one as well. Also that having of gratitude and respect, you know?
Yes. So I want to really, as you're saying, welcome each and everyone to the Lejiasu Omowale Emancipation Village, which is the symbol, and I'm going to use the word symbol because you did talk about beyond symbolism, but our symbols and our, what you would call it, our manifestations of different things are indeed messages. They contain within them information. They all mean something. So we would start, for example, with the celebration of emancipation in Trinidad and Tobago. Some people make comments like, why are we still talking about that? You know, why are we still going back into the past, you know? But the famous saying is that if we don't know our past and understand it, you know, knowing of it, understanding it, and having the true facts about it are very different things.
Yes.
Because that actually impacts how you actually face the future. If we don't understand the past, we can't face the future with the confidence, the strength, the courage, and the determination that it requires for us to survive and to cope. You know?
And I think it's also about us recognizing the worth we have ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And especially the kind of past that we have as a people of Trinidad and Tobago. Some of us experience enslavement, some of us experience indentureship. The majority of the people who live in Trinidad and Tobago came through those two major processes. And that would have helped us to see ourselves through a colonial eye. through a colonial vision and not understand who we really are. Because when we went to school, we were introduced into the history as either enslaved persons or indentured persons.
Correct.
Nobody knew who we were. We were not taught who we were prior to enslavement. And therefore, and especially in a situation, I'm sorry, my daughter's in the hospital, so she just keeps calling, but I'm going to try to hold on.
I wish
till
her
I'm finished.
speedy recovery.
That's okay, yes, yes. So the idea is that if we don't understand who we are and we are just perceived, for example, in the case of Africans, they were made to feel, everything was stripped from them. Their culture, their language, their spirituality,
Yes.
their worldview, and were felt to believe that their purpose in life was to serve another group of people, to be treated like chattel, to be treated like property, to be sold and bought as property. And therefore, and if that happens over centuries, it means that generations of Africans have had this experience that there is something very different from them or something that is less about them compared with others.
Yeah.
And not understanding this beautiful history that they have as being the first persons that were created and walk upon the earth. The texture of hair that has brought a lot of disdain, not only from other groups, but from our own selves. It's something that we should really be proud of and cherish because we're the only people on earth with that texture of hair. And we were the first persons that walked the earth. We should, our complexion and color, that we were made to feel, okay, that makes you something different or less, or not as beautiful, or not, as acceptable. If we were able to see ourselves as the first persons that walked the earth, as the persons from which all other groups and generations would have emanated, then we had empires. We were the first ones to create these amazing structures, the pyramids and obelisks, and people which still defies the human even understanding. If we were to know those things about ourselves and that we came out of empires and so on, then we would understand enslavement as something that we experience as part of our history and not what defines us.
Well,
And
Mrs. Wadada, I truly believe that that should start in the home. That is the duty and responsibility of parents to instill into their children, you are beautiful, you were born, you are a miracle, and you're here to shine. You're here to blossom and know your true worth.
Yes.
It is important it start there. And then, of course, I truly believe that it should also continue in the school system. We're going to take a short break, taking some important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
You need some cash. You need it now. Without the stress, we'll tell you how.
At JNMB Express Finance, there are no fees on unsecured loans from $2,500 to $75,000. That's a fact. None, not one. No fees, no fuss, no cash. Approval in 24 hours, and the funds go direct to your account. Come in or call Jeff today.
Call 2244-JEF.
Behind every mistake, there's a person. And behind every struggle, there's a story waiting to be told. This is Redemption, a road to rehabilitation and recovery, where honesty meets hope and change begins. I am Prem Badri. I was a part of the problem, and now I want to be part of the solution. So join me on Real TV every Thursday at 6 p.m. See you there.
In a world full of noise, choose clarity. The Real News digital publication is your choice for important news coverage. From influential figures shaping our nation to a powerful week in review that keeps you informed. The weekly edition is available for download on all of our social media platforms. Smart, sharp, essential. Real News digital publication. Stay informed, stay educated, stay empowered.
Kids say the funniest things, and sometimes the smartest too.
So kids, if you were Prime Minister for one day, what would you do?
That everybody got a light location I'm going to reach. Happy everybody. When they come and walk out.
Every episode is packed with honest answers, big imaginations, and moments that will make you laugh, smile, and maybe even learn something new.
So join me, Zelisa, as we discover the world through the eyes of our youngest generation. Conversations with Kids, weekdays at 12 p.m. only on Real TV.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. You know, the flavor of the season here in Trinidad and Tobago is Emancipation 2026. Today we are very privileged, we're very blessed with, to have the presence and where she can share her wealth of knowledge and experiences with us so we can have a greater understanding and appreciation of what emancipation is all about, how we embrace, how we respect, how we have regard, and we gain the knowledge of having a true understanding of what it is, yeah? So I am in conversation with Mrs. Zakilia Uzuma Wadada. Now, she is the Executive Chairwoman of the Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, ESCTT, the national body responsible for coordinating African Emancipation Day activities across Trinidad and Tobago. Now, she's a force to be reckoned with. Let's welcome her back. Welcome back, Mrs. Wadada.
Thank you, Zelisa.
I know we're a little challenged this morning because I know that your daughter is a little under the weather, so we'd like to take the opportunity to wish her a speedy recovery.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Now, we want to, I know our time is limited because you're very consumed And especially with all the activities that's happening and the thousands of children that's coming to
Yes.
the village today and
You
so
see,
much.
all of these things have background, administrative, coordinating things that needs to happen to make it work, So yes, so
And
we have to.
I'm told you are the live wire. You are the strength, I'm told that you wear many hats and you are a professional. So you like to ensure everything is in place and well done.
Yes, yes.
Let's talk
Responsibility
about
falls on my shoulders.
cultural. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the cultural aspect of emancipation.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the festival aims to help us to reconnect with self, because as we were talking before, enslavement caused this severe disconnection with ourselves as African people. And I also want, because this year our theme is igniting African consciousness and dismantling colonial legacies. But this dismantling colonial legacies is not just important for the Africans in the society, it's important for all of us who have been through that colonial experience, because in the same way, maybe not all of it, for example, our Indian community has been able to maintain some of those tight cultural connections,
True.
through their language and their spiritual practice and so on. But remember, in the case of Africans, they were stripped totally of those things and even thought to hold them in disdain and contempt. So the reconnecting ourselves, you understand? The reconnection is extremely important. The watchwords for Emancipation Support Committee are reconnection, transformation, you understand, and empowerment. Because we feel that if we're no longer able to reconnect with self, the transformation of ourselves that is required will not take place. And therefore, you see the manifestations of that challenge in our society. The majority of persons that we see highlighted or profiled with respect to crime are Africans in the society. If you go to the hospitals, the majority of people waiting in lines, hoping to get attendance, hoping to get medication, they are Africans. If you go you walk on the streets and you see those who would have been, traumatized by life and end up on the streets, they are Africans. And therefore, if you are disconnected from yourself and you're disconnected from your culture and you're disconnected from the groundings that give you the strength to deal with life's challenges, because you have what you would call it, a frame of reference which you use to help you to manage the experiences that you face. And that frame of reference would be your spirituality. That frame of reference is your cultural, the cultural aspects of yourself that makes you who you are. That frame of reference is your worldview, and if, for example, when you have a very strict mother, and she has given you a code of discipline and order and the way that you should live and the things that you should not do. Even as an adult, when you have to make decisions, you reflect on that. This is what my mother taught me, or this is what I learned from my mother.
Experiences.
And this is what helps me to determine whether I should pursue a particular way of action. That helps influences. So if you don't have that, then you find yourself in a lot of the difficulties that we find Africans in the community finding themselves. Because, as for example, you were saying earlier, it is the role of the parent to instill those things into our children, that sense of self, that sense of self-worth. But if you come out of centuries of not believing that you are beautiful, not believing that you are worthy, not believing that you are capable, because you have been taught that about yourself for centuries, then we tend to dismiss the impact of that trauma being passed on.
And I truly understand
Yes.
and support what you're saying. I do. So we
Yes.
now understand what the problems are. We know what the
Yes.
root of the problems are. We're not putting this in a back burner or under the carpet.
No.
We're talking
Yeah.
about it because it's real. We understand.
That's right.
So
Yes.
now we can't go back and change things, but we have
No.
now and we
No,
have
stop now.
tomorrow.
That's right.
What are
Yes.
the plans of the committee to
for
ensure
tomorrow.
that we
Yes.
fix this?
That's right. So we have to start, I'm a teacher by profession originally. And before we start to teach children, we need to understand where they are. We need to understand what they know. We need to understand what they understand so that we can actually know what the starting point is. So we've been doing this work for the last 30 years, the last 30 plus years, 35 years, this particular organization. But this work of building consciousness of African people has had many manifestations by many different organizations, not only here in Trinidad, all over the world, because it has been a constant struggle back to ourselves, that journey back to ourselves. So I think that we have made some progress. I think that we have been able, for example, we are still fighting to some extent with this whole idea about natural hair. But more and more persons are feeling comfortable with their hair. That and all the amazing different hairstyles we are seeing now from natural hair. So we know that people are beginning to appreciate and love who they are and not be ashamed. We are seeing that our culture is growing, our young people are enjoying and embracing their culture. When you look at drummers and dancers and so on of the African culture, these are young people. When we have our fashion show, the designers, we are seeing persons, because we do, for example, because one of the things about the festival, and I think it is important that people understand, this is not an Emancipation Day event. It is a Pan-African festival, TT commemorating emancipation, which begins in May. It is launched in May the 25th. And before we get to this Emancipation Village, we have different aspects of the culture that are live with all the different programs that we do. You see, so for culture, we have a drum festival that takes place in June. We have a fashion show where we get our designers and so on, so that every aspect of our being, we have an opportunity to express our Africanness and learn to love and appreciate it. So we try to bring that out in the creativity of fashion, how we dress, what we wear, and to be proud of it. We also then do a lecture series, which we call with the Kwame Ture Memorial Lecture Series, where we address the current challenges and issues of the day that impact Africans, and how, and again, trying to get us to see things through our eyes, to appreciate the world and the facts and our response from an African perspective. And then when we come to the village, we have a day for young people. As I said today, there are thousands of children in the village from all over the country here coming to the festival. And right after emancipation, we go into an African history quiz for secondary schools and a spoken word competition. We work with our communities once a month. We have meetings with communities who are part of the organization, and they would have emanated from all the different groups that actually participate in the festival. We have regular meetings with them. We do workshops like strategic planning, and organization management and so on. And we do leadership. We do workshops, and we have discussions with them that are supposed to strengthen them within their communities. You see, for every year we do a workshop for our entrepreneurs, and we're about to establish a network of all of the businesses that are part of our market.
So you're certainly bridging the gap. You're making a difference.
Yes. We're trying as well and as I said, our work is organized around these different program areas, including maintaining a connection with the African continent through the African Union and the African Union Economic, Social, and Cultural Commission. So we are engaged all through the year doing these different activities. Of course, the planning of the festival takes a big chunk because...
Did we lose connection? Let's go to these important messages. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. We continue to inform, educate and empower. Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
Looking for all your back-to-school essentials? Well, come on down to Keith Muhammad Books and School Supplies, where we have a wide variety of stationery and stencil supplies. We have wide ranges of textbooks on math, science, and even literature. We also are the sole distributors of the Malaysian publisher Mind to Mind, and have bestsellers Sudoku and Word Search. Visit us at our opening hours and feel our warm hospitality. We are located at number 5 Railway Road, San Juan, and WhatsApp us at 777-7341 for more info.
I am Walter Stewart, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations Incorporated. Join us every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, where we look at NPTA Speaks, National Parent-Teacher Association Speaks, on topical and relevant issues pertaining to parents, teachers, education, and students of Trinidad and Tobago. This, of course, encapsulates local, regional, and international audiences every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, NPTA Speaks.
Emancipation is here again. The Kambule Performing Arts Collective invites you to remember and reconnect at Roots and Rights Emancipation Concert on August 5th at Central Bank Auditorium. Witness Freedom Morning Come and the launch of the Songs of Kambule project. Tickets are $200 and available at islandetickets.com and Kambule HQ. Kambule Roots and Rights. Remembering we story, rebuilding we legacy.
No afraid, no woman, no afraid, no woman, no woman, no afraid, no woman, any woman can be.
Kids say the funniest things, and sometimes the smartest too.
So kids, if you were Prime Minister for one day, what would you do?
That everybody got a nice location I'm going to reach. Have the everybody. Well, come and walk out.
Every episode is packed with honest answers, big imaginations, and moments that will make you laugh, smile, and maybe even learn something new.
So join me, Zelisa, as we discover the world through the eyes of our youngest generation. Conversations with Kids, weekdays at 12 p.m., only on Real TV.
Looking for all your back-to-school essentials? Well, come on down to Keith Muhammad Books and School Supplies, where we have a wide variety of stationery and stencil supplies. We have wide ranges of textbooks on math, science, and even literature. We also are the sole distributors of the Malaysian publisher Mind to Mind, and have bestsellers Sudoku and Word Search. Visit us at our opening hours and feel our warm hospitality. We are located at number 5 Railway Road, San Juan, and WhatsApp us at 777-7341 for more info.
I am Walter Stewart, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations Incorporated. Join us every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, where we look at NPTA Speaks, National Parent-Teacher Association Speaks, on topical and relevant issues pertaining to parents, teachers, education, and students of Trinidad and Tobago. This, of course, encapsulates local, regional, and international audiences every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, NPTA Speaks.
Emancipation is here again. The Kambule Performing Arts Collective invites you to remember and reconnect at Roots and Rights Emancipation Concert on August 5th at Central Bank Auditorium. Witness Freedom Morning Come and the launch of the Songs of Kambule project. Tickets are $200 and available at islandetickets.com and Kambule HQ. Cambele Roots and Rights. Remembering we story, rebuilding we legacy.
No afraid, no woman, no afraid, no woman, no woman, no afraid, no woman, any woman can be taken.
Kids say the funniest things, and sometimes the smartest too.
So kids, if you were Prime Minister for one day, what would you do?
That everybody got a nice vacation and go in the beach. Have the everybody. Only German walk out.
Every episode is packed with honest answers, big imaginations, and moments that will make you laugh, smile, and maybe even learn something new.
So join me, Zelisa, as we discover the world through the eyes of our youngest generation. Conversations with Kids, weekdays at 12 p.m. only on Real TV.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers, those of you on Tego, the app, those of you in Canada on the Caribbean, Showtime Television. Thank you so much for choosing us, allowing us to add value and, share important information with you. So you saw the promo. A gentle reminder, it starts next Monday. It's all about our children. Conversations with Kids, and I am waiting in anticipation. I'm really very excited about this series that we're going to do for the month of August. It is all in essence of the beautiful flowers of our nation, our children, all right? So kids, we're going to be celebrating you, and a lot of our programming will also be reflective of understanding that our children are on vacation. So we include you kiddies, all right? Lots of giveaways as well. Now, unfortunately, our guest earlier had to abort due to circumstances beyond her control. So I just want to take the opportunity to really thank Mrs. Zakia Uzoma Wadada, Executive Chairwoman of the ESCTT, for gracing her and blessing us with her presence and knowledge of, understanding the depth of what's going on when it comes to emancipation. I'm very, very pleased to welcome another beautiful young lady, and that is Euclid Wellington Christopher. And she is the owner of the Ankh Home Store Titi, which is an African and an African home accessories. So they've got, you name it, they've got it, all the beautiful clothing and accessories and things like that, all right? Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you, good morning to your listeners. Thank you so very much for having me.
Well, we are very happy to have you, so you can tell us about some of the excitement that's happening at the village and why we should, visit. Now, I believe we've got some pictures, if my memories, that's what I'm told.
Yes, I sent some.
Great.
Okay, well, I hope you're hearing me well, because today I was listening to you and you're speaking about your program that you're having about children. And today in the village is Children's Day. So we have a lot of children around. We have a couple hundred children around.
Nice.
From camps and schools and all of that.
Beautiful.
So it's a little loud, but I hope you're hearing me well.
We are hearing you loud and clear, very clear and crisp.
Very good, very good.
So the atmosphere today is about the children, and I'm happy that children are coming and they can have the essence, they can take away the essence and the knowledge and a great experience as well,
Yes, well, that is what we are hoping. That is exactly what we are hoping. Beautiful. And we are showing them that to be an entrepreneur, to have a business, doesn't necessarily mean a shirt and tie and all of that. You can be creative and you can work your magic, bring out all your essence and showcase it.
Most certainly. Now, yesterday I had Mr. Attila Springer, and I know that they're going to have a concert tonight at 7 o'clock as well. So
yes,
they've got entertainment every night.
Every evening, whole day from 3 o'clock There's entertainment, and after that, entertainment go until the sun goes down until 10 o'clock every night. So the village
Nice.
isn't just about the entrepreneurs and the marketplace. It's also about entertainment, showcasing our culture and our talent as a people.
Beautiful. So it's vibrant and it's full of life, the entire village.
Yes, it is.
Lots of
So
excitement.
let me tell you a little bit about my store now, my business, the Ankh Home Store. This year is our 10th year at the Lid Yasu Omawale village, and we are celebrating in big time. The Ankh Home Store is a family-owned business. My husband, my son, and my daughter. We have been in it. We are creatives. We all bring something to the table. The idea behind the Ankh Home Store, it was to produce items that is reflective of us as a people, as our heritage and our culture, to put into the homes at a reasonable cost.
Nice.
So
I
that's
like
what
that
we
you
do.
said
We
that.
all,
That's the magic thing that you said there. Reasonable and affordable.
yes,
Great.
that's what we aim. That is
Beautiful.
exactly what we are aiming to do. Our items, we are striving to get at least 80% of our items locally made,
Oh.
handcrafted right here in Trinidad. So when folks come on down, they can meet us, they meet the artists. I think that's one of the things that we look forward to most.
Yeah.
Even if we don't have the money to spend, because we know times can be a little difficult at times, you can come and meet us, meet the artists, speak to us.
Yes.
We love the camaraderie. We love meeting and talking to folks.
Yes.
So we look forward to that every year.
Beautiful. I'm looking at some of the pieces that you've gotten. It's really very beautiful. Very unique.
Thank you.
Very outstanding and very unique, very creative as well. Do you do that? Those are handmade items?
Yes. 80%, most of the items that are made by my husband and myself.
Wow,
He does the woodwork, I do the artistry, the paintings. We also do burning, and we are decorators.
Nice.
So even the background, when you look at the pictures, the burnt wood in the background, that was all done by us.
Nice.
So we are showcasing that and showing how you can take simple things and make it into something so exceptional.
Yeah, a wealth of talent, girl. You have it right there. You all are bursting with talent. I love some of those pieces. They're absolutely beautiful. Even the pieces behind you are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very creative.
And quite affordable. Quite affordable.
You know, I always say, and I will continue to say, support local. We've got so much talent, and we can save so much money of, imports. We could now look at exporting if we invest in our citizens. So there are avenues where we could really create income.
Yes, most definitely. And what we are hoping to do is export our talent up the Caribbean. Last year, we were fortunate to be in Carifesta in Barbados. And this year, we are heading back to Barbados for the Grand Market in August, from August the 21st.
Beautiful.
So we are hoping to expand and carry Trinidad up the islands.
Lovely. And that is a wonderful initiative, taking our flag into international waters and getting to showcase your talent as well. Is this something that you do every year, or?
Is this, excuse me, I didn't hear?
Is this an experience that you have every year?
Out of Trinidad?
Yes.
Okay, well, last year was the first year when we were fortunate to be in Carifesta last year.
Nice.
And then this year we are going back to the Grand Market. So what we are hoping to do is do this every year, maybe a different island.
Nice.
Until, the Ankh name and Trinidad name is spread across the Caribbean.
Brilliant. What was the experience like? That first experience, what was that like?
Out of Trinidad?
Yes.
It was fantastic. It really was. I think the Bajans and the visitors to Carifesta, they really embraced us. Because what they noticed is that the talent that Trinidad have, it wasn't just the Ankh. There was a contingent from Trinidad as well.
Right.
And the people there are quite welcoming. and they were really amazed and impressed with what we had to deliver. So it was a good experience. It was wonderful. I would do it again and again. It was fantastic.
Great. We're going to go to a quick break, take in some important messages, and when we return, we continue our conversation with Mrs. Christopher. Let's go to these messages, please.
You need some cash. You need it now. Without the stress, we'll tell you how.
At JNMB Express Finance, there are no fees on unsecured loans from $2,500 to $75,000. That's a fact. None, not one. No fees, no fuss, no cash. Approval in 24 hours, and the funds go direct to your account. Come in or call Jeff today.
Call 2244-JEF.
Looking for all your back-to-school essentials? Well, come on down to Keith Muhammad Books and School Supplies, where we have a wide variety of stationery and stencil supplies. We have wide ranges of textbooks on math, science, and even literature. We also are the sole distributors of the Malaysian publisher Mind to Mind, and have bestsellers Sudoku and Word Search. Visit us at our opening hours and feel our warm hospitality. We are located at number 5 Railway Road, San Juan, and WhatsApp us at 777-7341 for more info.
Join us on Real TV for Highlights with Alan Ferguson, a program where we aim to level the playing field through meaningful conversation and real action. We highlight the positive developments happening within communities across Trinidad and Tobago, while also addressing the concerns and challenges affecting government agencies and everyday citizens. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m., only on Real TV.
Kids say the funniest things, and sometimes the smartest too.
So kids, if you were Prime Minister for one day, what would you do?
That everybody got a light location I'm going to reach. Have everybody. Well, German walk out.
Every episode is packed with honest answers, big imaginations, and moments that will make you laugh, smile, and maybe even learn something new.
So join me, Zelisa, as we discover the world through the eyes of our youngest generation. Conversations with Kids, weekdays at 12 p.m., only on Real TV.
All of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us. Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. It's about Emancipation 2026. It is the flavor of the season, and all roads should be heading to the Savannah in Port of Spain, and the reason is because the village is there, and it's an experience of a lifetime that you should try not to miss, but embrace and be part of it, make it a family affair. I'm in conversation with Euclid Wellington Christopher, and she's talking to us about the village and of course her store and how we can visit her and all of the different things that are available. So welcome back, Mrs. Christopher.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. Now, you said you've been part of the village for the past 10 years, if my memory serves me right?
Yes, I am.
How did the Emancipation Village, in terms of contributing growth in your business, in your, being part of that village over the years?
Well, I started off. Thankfully, I was invited by Tana, that's a Kendi Rodder. She invited me to share her space, and we had a very few items. We probably had about 10 items, if so much. And I saw the response, and through her, over the years, we really have grown. I've seen the response from the people, from our fellow vendors. We have become a family, and we all are so diverse. that the crowd and the people that is coming in, we can send them to different areas. We could send them to like the Nubian Experience that have wonderful T-shirts. We could send them to Ashe Cosmetics. She also has such, and she does wonderful hair ties. She has clothes. So it has grown not just because of our business, but because when people come to us, we can direct them to other people and vice versa. The village is so full of such wonderful entrepreneurs, such diverse material, and it's just a marvelous experience. It has really grown for us.
Yeah. I know you do some handmade pieces that are absolutely beautiful. What do you have to offer again?
We have home accessories, we have home decor for any space. We have it. We have handmade. We have wooden products. We have stuff that is made from cow horn. We have some leather pieces. We have stone. Most of our items are wooden, which is done by my husband. So,
Very nice.
and it isn't necessarily a piece that you say is a heavy museum piece. Sometimes people say that because the mask and the heavy museum pieces, they don't want that heaviness, those heavy pieces in their home. Well, you can get something light. You can get something lightweight. You can get
Yeah.
something that is reflective of you. You can
Yes.
also customize the pieces that you want. We
Nice.
take orders, yeah, and you can, if you see something you want, you can customize it to suit you.
Beautiful. What about the clothing?
Well, I have to say we don't do much clothing because there are lots of clothing inside of the village. The
Right.
village has so much to choose from when it comes to clothing. So
Mhm.
we do very limited. We do a few dashiki pieces, and we do our children line, which is baby Ankh. So we do some for babies 0 to 5 year olds, nice little ethnic wear, everyday run around pieces of clothing we do for our children. But
Nice.
there's so much to choose from that we don't really want to compete that much with the rest of we want to
Nice.
diverse.
What is the average price for an outfit? A dashiki, is it?
But yes, the dashiki, it varies. You can get dashikis from 200 all the way up to the grand buba, which is thousands.
Yeah, but
So
that's
we cater for people of different income. We cater for your pocket.
very nice. I like that. You have a variety to choose from. It all depends on the money or your budget.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
lovely. Um, why? Why should people come to the village? In what is your perspective and what is the takeaway or the experience?
Well, first to begin, it's a learning experience. I
Nice.
think it's a learning experience. When you get here, the feeling you get, and it's let me see how I can put this. You get to the village and you feel as though you are at home. It connects. You connect with it. That's the first thing. And then you get to experience the wealth of talent that Trinidad has to offer.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people in here who sit and they make their soaps, they make creams, body butters. They have people who are seamstress. There are people who do is leather. They are artists, leather work.
Nice.
People who work with glass. So it's the talent that is offered here is unbelievable. And of course, I should say all of these people, they do it for their living. This is how we survive. This is how we live. So of course you come and it's nice to see, but it's also nice to buy, to support local
Correct.
business, to support small micro enterprises. We appreciate it so much. And we are here till Saturday.
I saw the Minister of Culture there, and she looked so happy and vibrant, and I think that was a blessing as well to grace you all with her presence.
Well, it's always nice to have visitors. It's always nice that people pass through. And of course, if your name, you bring a crowd with you, that's always nice. But we love to see the general public.
Yeah.
We would like to see more of the general public come down,
Yeah.
not just on the first, but for the entire period. Of course, it's free up
Yes.
until 3 o'clock. And
Yes.
after that, children under 12 is free. So we would love to see the public. Bring your friends, your neighbors, everyone. Just come down. You don't have to spend, but you can come and just experience it. I think the experience alone is quite is enough if
You're
you don't have
absolutely
the
correct.
resources.
You're absolutely correct. The experience, it's going to be rich. It's going to be, creating beautiful memories with your family and make it a family affair. The children are on vacation, it's something that the
Yes.
family could come to and enjoy. It's also a
Sure. Yep.
learning experience.
Yes, it is.
Your closing remarks.
Okay, for my closing remarks, I think for a long time, African spirituality and African culture, we have had a stigma attached. And I think people need to get down to the Emancipation Village, the Lady Asu Umawale Emancipation Village now, to get rid of that, to learn, to educate themselves and realize that this is us. Let us celebrate us as a people. As we are closing off the decade to celebrate African people, let us come down now, learn and educate ourselves and get rid of that. That's my closing remarks.
Beautiful.
I hope to see lots of crowd and bring everyone.
Thank
and I
you,
hope
darling.
to see you soon.
You'll see me. You surely will see me. I'll make sure and say hello. But I want to thank you for taking time. I know it's very busy, you're very consumed, but you took the time. And I want to thank you for giving us your time and sharing your wealth of knowledge. And, you are also very talented. So, blessings to you and your team. And,
Thank
as
you
you
so
all grow
much.
from strength to strength. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much
spending
for
the
having
time.
me. I
You're
really do appreciate it.
You're
Thank
very
you very
welcome,
much.
darling. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye-bye.
This is where we're going to wrap things up for today, my friends. I want to remind you that great programming continues right here on Real TV, programming that will inform, educate, and empower. Reach out and really transform lives. I always say knowledge is power. The reason I say that is because when we have knowledge of certain things and information, it makes us understand things in a different way. When we understand things in a different way, we see things in a different perspective, and we also think outside of the box. So, continue to learn, continue to be encouraged to want to get information, yeah? And that happens right here on Real TV around the clock. So, stick and stay. Here's reminding you that with God and only God all things are possible. Thanks for choosing us. I am Zelisa Voodoo Singh Rupani. Be safe, be happy. See you soon.
The views and opinions expressed in the preceding program were those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates.